Namaste. I am Nektarios from Ashtangayogacrete, Yogasala, from Hanya, Crete. I will talk a few words about our nutrition, which is the 50%, let's say, important in our sadhana, our spiritual practice, whether physical or mental yoga. Let's say that there are 4 elements that will be important for our nutrition. First is the thoughts I am doing at the moment, the quality of the thoughts I'm doing. Second, the quality of the thoughts I have done in the past, that these thoughts will have the what I am today, like my destiny. Third, the nutrition, like what I'm taking as material food. And fourth, the environment I am living, what I breathe, what I talk, where I move. So these 4 qualities, they will make what I'm doing today, the quality of what I'm doing today. So we try to have the best type of nutrition in these 4 qualities in our yoga practice. When we say yoga practice, we don't want to say a specific asana schedule of practice, but a holistic approach, like any type of practice that works the spirit, either body and mind or whatever, but any practice that will develop me as a better spirit in this world and beyond. One, let's say, category in the food. There are different categories in the nutrition. It is the food that brings me peace, and quiet and make me calm, and is very nutritious. Is the category that gives me tension, anger, desire. And the third one, the category that makes me lethargic, like lazy and negative. Of course, this can be analyzed a lot in yogic terms, but this is a general idea. For my nutrition, I will first examine if there is violence in my food, violence in my thoughts, in my daily life, in the food I take. So I will examine and I will try not to have any violence in whatever I put within me. So whether this food, let's say material food, it looks like healthy from the scientist point of view, like nutritious with proteins and etc. To me, if that food has violence, it's not healthy, because I am putting violence inside me. So how can I have peace if I take violence within me from the food? So first I will check for that. There should not be violence in the food. And then I will check if that food has the, what we say in yogic terms, prana, like this life force, energy, vitality that makes me alive, So there are like vegetables, fruits that grow from the sun. When the sun look at them, they grow. And let's say we can have raw fruits. They have a lot of prana, a lot of energy. A food that I cooked today, and when I cook a food and I eat it within a few hours, if not at that time, which is best, it has prana, good prana. But if I store it in the refrigerator and have it after 1-2 days or after a month, there is no prana, The food might be nutritious from the materials, but there is no life on it. So that doesn't make me happy, it's just putting something in my navel to feel it, but it's different. So non-violence and prana are very important for a yogi because they support a lot this long path, long journey from day to day, body to body, life to life. It's a very long journey. When we start to do yoga, when we start the yoga asanas, usually we don't start with theory, with analyze. We just stay standing still and do the sun salutation. It's a sequence of asanas, happen breath by breath, one after the other, and we repeat it. So the sun salutation salutes the sun, which is symbolizes prana, and also brings the heat in the body and burning all the toxins and make everything working better. So doing that, we are cleaning the body and prepare to work better, because what is important for having good health is how fast can I, when I eat food, how fast I can be okay, don't have it in my navel and feel heavy, So to detox is very important. A good meal, after 2 hours, we are okay to do anything. We are not carrying with it all the day, Even after 1 hour, if it's the proper amount. So even from the yogic practice, we have the sun salutation that helps that thing to clean the body, to warm it. And there is another sun, that is our navel, our organs. So if they work good, then it's very important for the food we take to detox it well and fast. So the 50% of when we have food to detox the food, 50% of that food happens the time we're eating the food. At the moment we are eating, by chewing well, slow and with awareness, 50% is already well, and another 50% in the coming few hours according to the quality of the food. So it's important to keep the idea of in yogic term we say mitahara. It's 50% will be food, 1/4 water, 1/4 air. If I have this quality in my navel, then it's okay. Once it loses this balance, then it doesn't work so well, and somebody might not realize it in daily life, but a serious practitioner in yoga will realize that something wrong was eaten previous day, and today this asana doesn't happen, or my mind doesn't concentrate, whatever, So this mitahara is very important. 50% food, 1/4 air, 1/4 water, never more of that, in general idea. And another very important issue is to have gratitude when you have your food. We should have gratitude because we are able to have this food today. Maybe gratitude for somebody who cooked this food, and in case we cook that food, gratitude because somebody was there to have these materials, and gratitude because there is a cosmic law that gives me this food to have today. We don't know what happens tomorrow, And with this gratitude and positive thinking, that food becomes very good medicine. Like in Greece, Hippocrates used to say, you no need of medicines, your food is a medicine. So gratitude is very important. for that feeling of having the food. There are different body types, so not all of us are benefited from the same diet, and even the same person in different phases of life, the diet might change. So we are all made from 5 elements, that is earth, water, fire, air, ether. We have these 5 elements within our body, and the planet is made from these 5 elements. The food we take has these 5 elements, and these 5 elements will be different, the amount of this element in each one of us. In Ayurveda, the art of life, very nice science from India, it is said the 3 body types, Kapha, the earth and water, and Pitta, fire and water, Vata, air and ether. We have 3 main body types of a human being, and out of these body types will come 7, because there can be combinations. So for example, for those who have the body type of earth, intense, they should be aware of the elements of the nutrition has a lot of earth, because it will be worse, Or those who have the element of air, they should have more element of earth. So when we are not well, and when we want a medicine from the nutrition, for example, we look from some element we want to increase. So every food will have a specific amount of these elements. Like for example, during July in Greece we have the juicy fruits like watermelon, has a lot of water and sugar, sweet. Because July it's a lot of sun, a lot of heat, we need more water. July is a period of fire, Pitta. So a fruit comes with a lot of water, and also red color like watermelon, which is a color of Pitta. In the winter we have the apples in Greece. The winter, like the spring, March, April, the period of Kapha, the earth. So these apples don't have so much water, it's more earth. So every season have a certain food, and every time of the day has a certain food also. It can be a very long, not discussion, but study, this subject, which is very nice to do if you like. It's worth to do, But we can say that all over the year, like it's the period of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and in the seasons, in the daytime, one very important thing is to know that the best time to digest heavy food will be the afternoon, like 12, 1, 2 p.m. When the sun is up, then we can really digest very well, the food. Same food will not be digested evening time or very early morning, which is the sun is not so high. And some periods, like late night, food will not be digested at all, even if it is healthy, because that time the organs don't really work. So it's very important, whatever we said until now, the quality of the food, the gratitude, non-violent, pranic food, but everything, all these matters are important when you are using them in the right time of the day, the season, the year, and etc. So we should get an idea of, like early morning, it's good to have a light breakfast, ideally fruits, and that gives us a lot of energy. And afternoon is good to have our heavy meal. And evening time, light, very light. When the sun is setting, we don't want to have any food at all if possible. And at the moment we will go to sleep, we should already have digested the food, not digest that time, because late night, like 10 p.m., 11, 12, 1, 2, it's again the time of Pitta, the fire. And if we sleep with an empty stomach, that fire will burn a lot of toxins we had in the day, and tomorrow and the next morning we will wake up with a lot of energy and a clean body to do our asana, and we can have also very good quality deep sleep with nutritious sleep. Otherwise, if we sleep with the stomach that try to digest, we can't really sleep because the body will focus on digesting, our mind will be disturbed, even our dreams can be disturbed. So, except the quality of the food, we should give very, very importance in the daytime, which more or less can be similar for most of us, but because due to our different body types, there can be slight differences. That is good to discuss with someone near to you, who knows you and can give you these good advices, who knows this art. For example, in yoga, we look for the flexibility on the body. Of course, yoga is not only for flexibility. Yoga practice, physical and mental, will have 4 qualities: flexibility, stamina, strength, and balance, together in a good combination. But suppose in the beginning, because when we start practicing the yoga asanas, mostly we work with the element of the earth, like forward bends to open the hips, and we can see our body sweats a lot because some organs are not working well, so the toxins will go out from the sweat, and flexibility is not much, So if our nutrition is not correct, it's the 50% of the asana practice and 50% of proper nutrition for flexibility. So some foods, they block the flexibility. We have to be aware of this category of foods, which we do not discuss in this video, but we should search for that subject. It's very important. And another important matter in our diet is the water. We know that lot of part of our body, let's say 72%, has water. So the water has memory. If ideally we have a spring of water from the mountains next to our house, will be really perfect, but it's not possible when we live in the city, and also when we live in the upper floors at the water, we have to force it to go up. So it is advised that when you want to drink water from the city, just put it in a bottle, open bottle, from last night, and next morning you can drink this water because it is more detoxed like that. So bring more awareness to the water. It's very important when you have your food to have it in the proper sequence. Like if you have raw salads and cooked food, and then you have heavy cooked food, more heavy, you start with a food that is digested fast. Like raw food, vegetables will be digested first. Then you put a food that is difficult digested. Because if you mix it and you start with a food that is very heavy, then you take the light food, it's blocking the navel, the stomach. So first, start with what is digested quick, then add the more heavy, and never combine like fruits with cooked food or caffeine with the food, sugar, because it doesn't help the digestion. The most healthy approach to the food is in the beginning, is not what is called healthy food in society, but it is the food that is digested faster. And for some category of body types, people, let's say the rice, the white rice, is easier digested than the whole black rice. Even if it's healthier, for some people it's digested more hard. So everyone has to check what is the body type and the mental state of that period, and focus to have a nutritious, good in quality, non-violent, with gratitude, with prana, and that food will be digested the soonest the possible, nicely. Then it's okay, One thing is very good and very highly advisable from the ancient time, as far as we know, is the fasting. So having a good daily life, like start your day with some spiritual practice, whatever that practice is, meditation or chanting or study, and then have some physical body practice, and then have some breakfast, then your lunch, then a light dinner, and that is very good for a daily life. And if you do a fasting like once a week, then it's very good, because you devote one day for the body to take rest. Fasting can be of many types, that is according to the body type, mental type, the interest in the lifestyle, of course. So there are fastings like the dry fasting, that some people don't take water and food for 30 hours, 35 hours. That is very, very good, because it cleans everything very quick and detox all the toxins. And there is fasting with water, common fasting with water with lemon, common fasting with one type of fruit, different types of fruit, vegetable, juices, vegetarian food for some people who have more heavy food. So everyone should choose what is advisable for that time of the year and phase of life, and it's highly advisable 1 day per week to take a rest from the daily activities of nutritious and have a fasting. That will give you really good health. And fasting is not only for the physical health, but it's very good for mental health, because it teaches a lot of spiritual lessons of how to renounce, how to be okay, how to be dependent. Really, really very important. And we have so many examples of good practitioners, saints and rishis, many years. Another thing practical to say, because we are living in the toxic society, so suppose we have a day without any toxin, like 100% pure food, 100% pure thoughts, discussions, everything, it would have been nice, but if somebody has this high quality in society, it's difficult to adjust, So it's advisable, like it's okay if you have a 10% of unhealthy thing of the day, like food, because it helps you to be with your friends, with your family. Like somebody will invite you for food, probably the food might not be the way you want it, but as long as it is not violent, does not have violence, you can have it, and that is okay. But it's not daily life, not in the daily life to have this, and we have to know how long. So little bit of unhealthy food will help you to adjust with the society, and day by day you radiate some beautiful thing, and the society changes and adjusts, and you change also by yourself. So the transformation from gross to subtle whatever that means, like every part of the 4 qualities of nutrition I mentioned in the beginning, happens gradually and slowly and with stability day by day, according our quality and quantity of sadhana, of our practice. And it's very important. So nutrition is very important for our life. We should really give a serious approach and attention to it, because, for example, today we have a new car. We clean the car, we take care of the car, we put good quality oil, we take it for service to have it for a certain number of years as a vehicle. But the main vehicle for this life is the human body. So within this body I will experience and I will learn, I will be happy, I will enjoy, whatever happens through this body. So this is my vehicle, I have to take care of it. And if I do not take care of it, nobody will do, So I should have awareness. What do I put within this body and mind for the best benefit of me? The enlightenment of each one is the greatest service to society. That will have to keep in mind. Thank you. If you have any questions or like to ask something, you can feel free to write a mail and we'll answer. Thank you. Namaste.